Hey guys, I'm Travis and this is the way it is. Alright, today I want to talk to you about these false flaggers and these conspiracy theories, these conspiracy theorists who believe that some of the most tragic events that have happened in the world have been created by the government in order to make sure that people get sympathy and all this stuff, and that these were crisis actors and everything. First of all, boys, you need to get a hobby. All right? It is bad enough that people are so upset and are so into themselves and so insecure about themselves that they want to go to the scene of a shooting at a church, at a school, and something like this, and then they go up to the victim's parents and flat out say to them, hey, you're a liar, your kid never existed, let's go do a polygraph right now to prove that you are a liar. And you're saying, oh, your kid's buried up there? No, you don't have a kid there, Frank. You ain't got no kid there, Frank. I don't understand why people think that they have a right to do this. When someone is dealing with the tragedy, be it a Columbine or a Sandy Hook Elementary or the shooting down in the church in Texas, and then you got these sick, mentally ill people, and I'm mentally ill too, but I don't do these things. But these sick people who need, number one, to get a life, number two, need to get a real job, and number three, need to get a hobby besides doing this, they want to go out and say that the federal governments are putting up these kind of attacks to get the people scared and to make sure that that none of this ever existed, that this whole thing was fake, that the killer behind bars and the survivors are actors. In my personal opinion, when we look at things that should be a crime and should not be a crime, this is something that needs to be a crime. Because not only are you harassing somebody by doing this, not only you're stalking somebody by doing this, and going into their own personal lives and going to their places of business and thinking that you have the right to go up to them and say, hey, you're a liar, is totally ridiculous. And it should be illegal in any part of the world. But the fact of the matter is, to the people that actually go through these kind of tragedies and then they have to deal with these false flaggers that want to make themselves famous by being the absolute jerks that they are, I don't mind saying that I only hope and pray that these false flaggers don't have to go through the same kind of tragedies that their victims have to go through. Because not only are you harassing these type of people that are going through their own personal hell right now of losing their brother, their sister, their mom, their dad, their son, their daughter, their niece, their nephew, their brother, their sister, it doesn't matter, because you're going up to them and then you're causing that personal hell to go even more severe into them, and quite possibly they can feel so bad about themselves and they wonder that, people, how could people be so, these things have led to suicide. For the fact of the matter is that I've seen several videos of these false flaggers that they're going to these places and actually saying that this was all caused by a federal government, this was all caused by people at the highest order. Totally untrue. And we as a society need to see the truth for what it is. And if anybody sees a false flagger or something like that, call them out, call the authorities, and make sure that these people do not harass anybody that's going through their own personal tragedy. Because it's one thing to lose somebody you love because of a bullet, but it's another thing to lose your own self-respect and to lose your own mental health and to lose so much more at the hands of a false flag idiot who's nothing more than a false human being. I'm Travis Walsh. That's the way it is.